Good morning, Maya are back. Here's the plan. Dirty kitchen cabinets, main kitchen cabinets, home theatre riser, tiling, painting, skim coating, electrical connections still. Lots going on today. What could possibly go wrong? So we have beaten the modular crew in this morning, so their van is not in the way. The decorator still is, and the scaffolding is still there. But this gives a little bit of a look of what the front of the house is kind of going to end up looking like now that all the decoration or tiling is done. We'll take a look from the other side just to see how that looks as well. And there we go, a slightly straighter view. Picture that without scaffolding. That's close to what the house will look like. Here in the double height area at the entrance, still no glass, still no idea when they're going to come back and fit it. After the fiasco of no lights last night, so we couldn't show this, now we've got the very bright spotlight back in and the guys are back at work. So not only have they got a lid on this riser, they're starting to put the sides on as well. So this is approaching a point where it's becoming a bit of a finished structure, and then they can move on to whatever section they're going to do next. Here we are this morning, staring into the window of the dirty kitchen. Richard back on woodworking for the cabinet that will go above this window. And speaking of the window, Sing Enrico's over there doing something. We'll go and see what it is. That's what Sing Enrico's doing, attaching a bracket for the wood bar that will go across here. Looks like there will be 3 of them all together. So they're just delaying the tiling for a moment while those brackets get put in place. While those brackets are being put in place on the outside of the dirty kitchen, Mark and Bonnie have started measuring out where the tiles will go in this area, which would be, after the dirty kitchen, the last area along the back. It's a little after lunch, and the back of the house is changing. Let's go a little closer, you can see what I mean. Tiles. Here we go, on this larger area. Tiles going in, we're about 1/3 of the way up the wall, and a little further along, the grout has been done on this section, and just here. Again, it's the light grey, it's not white. I think looks great. And a little further along, we've got our bar. All we need now is a little sign, a neon sign up there. I know it's exactly what it's going to say. This one's not open to a competition or anything else. I need to find somebody to make a neon sign for me. And down here, now this bar's in, they can start, when they're ready, to finish off the tiling here. Inside the dirty kitchen, cabinets starting to go up. Oh no! Don't worry, it wasn't beer. So we've got the one above the window, and then Richard and Sing Enrico and Manny here are working on the next ones to go in. Moving along fairly quickly. Something new on the exit to the dirty kitchen. Heading back towards the main kitchen, we've got this rather unusual wood arrangement, which is just because apparently the door isn't hanging quite straight, so they're just putting a bit of pressure on it to fix that. JR working on the doors between the kitchen and the dining room, And apparently he's going to be focused on all of these double doors downstairs, bringing them up to scratch. In the home theatre, Oliver and original Rico still working on this platform, which, well, if you saw the original layout, it'll have one row of seats, plus over on that left side it will also have a cabinet for all the AV equipment that will be bought in goodness knows how many years' time when I've got the money. But they've also now put in LED strip lights just below the top of this riser, all the way around. Really as a highlight light, but as a safety feature as well. Alice Schmidt put in a comment saying it looked like a possible cause for accidents having a riser like this, and of course that's right. But with lights on the outside edge, should be very visible. Here's a first for this build. It's spray painting. I haven't seen anybody spray painting anything on this entire build until now. And these are cabinet doors I was pondering on a few days ago, wasn't sure where they were for. They're actually for the cabinets in the gazebo. There you go, spray painting. Who knew? And by the way, what he's spraying at the moment is not paint. It's a lacquer just on the outer surface of these doors. And yet more skim coat and paint and sanding on the kind of frame, if you like, of the outside of Sabrina's room, where there is still a lot of the old waterproofing mixture showing through. Resty's getting to work on tidying all of that up. So Willie's once again working on skirting boards. And I have asked, why is it that all of this sanding is all done by hand? And the painters basically say they don't believe they can get the same level of finish using any kind of machine or grinder with a sandpaper attachment. They just don't think they can get the same level of quality finish that they can by doing it by hand, even though clearly this is a very time-consuming process. So I'm not going to argue with them. If they think this is the better finish, good for them. Elston's just doing a little bit of clean-up here. Apparently, next step, grouting the hallway floor tiles. That's why he's kind of trying to get all the dust and gunk out of the cracks in the tiles that is there now. That should start, I guess, later on today. The split where we have two tiles on each of the risers, they will be doing something to effectively hide that, so it will appear as though in the end there is only a single tile across there. The bell's just gone. It's 4:30. The guys are heading out. Before we take a closer look, there's a contribution from Eddie S, aka Hollywood Eddie, who says, when it comes to house building, how does a penguin do it? It glues it together. Let's go and see what's been going on. And part of what's been going on is right in front of us. Tiling on this taller section, probably a third of the way up to the top, I would suggest. Now, once they've got this one done, and take a dizzy pill, once they finish underneath the dirty kitchen windows, I'm not sure there's any tiling left to be done. I will have to have a word with the engineer tomorrow to see if there are any other locations. Otherwise, we might be saying goodbye to the tilers fairly soon. In the dirty kitchen, we now have end-to-end cabinets across this wall. All the way right over there and round the corner to where the exhaust is for the oven. And there will be more than that. There'll be more along this wall to our right. In the main kitchen, the modular crew had not been in today, so no further progress. Although they did work fairly late yesterday again. Well, they started fairly late, they finished fairly late. So nothing more today. One thing to show you, which I'm not sure how clearly it'll come out. This cabinet door is quite badly dented, possibly even a crack in there, so that will have to be replaced, and credit to the engineer for spotting that earlier on today. I did come a little early to try and catch this while there were still spotlights on it, but there are no spotlights on it. So what we have now are just the LEDs that are embedded just under the outside edge of the platform here in the home theatre room. They have also today gone with a coat, or more than one maybe, of Selignum on the wood to try and resist termites and other wood borers. And they've also thrown a load of water on the floor, trying to damp down all of the dust in preparation of doing a floor covering. So we've got lights. In the dining room, we still have some unfinished business here because there's the outside edges of this decorative wall that still needs something doing to it. There was a while ago thought that that might involve a kind of a mirrored glass effect. I'm actually not sure where we've got to with the builder on that one, but it's not finished, that's for sure. In the master bedroom, our skirting boards now have some colour. So I'm not sure if they've done everywhere, and it's absolutely not finished. There's only one coat on here at the moment. Let's have a look. In fact, no, we don't even have the skirting boards in the walk-in closet yet, but wherever there are skirting boards in this room, we have a coat of paint. And the plan in all the bedrooms is that the skirting boards will mirror or closely reflect the colour of these decorative panels. So while in here it's a brown colour, in other rooms it's more of a grey colour. We'll see how that all works out, but I think that should work pretty well. Once again today, work in the home theatre room, which is occupying Oliver and original Rico, means no more progress here on the roofing area that's going to go over the laundry. It's the same two guys that would be working on this normally, so they can't be in two places at once. Home theatre at the moment gets precedence. That is the end of the day. No one's doing any overtime tonight. There's no modular crew in to do later work. There's no glass crew in, so everyone's gone. Another day of focus really with kitchen cabinets, home theatre, and then all the stuff that's going on every day now. More and more and more painting and skim coating and wiring. Still some wiring going on. No plumbing. Still that tiling for how many more days? Not many. Although I was thinking about it, and Mark and Bonnie, who came in to do the tiling, when they first came in, were actually painting. So I imagine they'll probably be sticking around after all the tiles are done to continue help with a lot of painting that still needs to be done. So that's it. Build delicious? Probably not quite enough of anything major for it to be build delicious, but another step in the right direction. We're getting closer. You won't have to keep watching this nonsense for too much longer. See you tomorrow.